Welcome to Cut Daisies and Unicorns, and this is a Trailer Friday. And it's always a good Trailer Friday day. And we hope that you are preparing for a weekend ahead and whatever it is that you have coming up. We know that next week is Thanksgiving, so that means it's also travel season for some people, and it'll be travel season for both of us here in the studio. So we've got a big day here as we've been shooting. We've got a guest on Sunday's episode that I think that you people are going to enjoy, especially if they like some of our more fringe stuff. It is a bit of a fringe conversation.
We got some conspiracy theory for everyone.
Yeah.
And just some interesting things. Fair warning, I'll let everybody know. The conspiracy theory takes us down the road that ends up leading us back to Germany and the rise of Adolf Hitler. And so, I think that, if you are a neo-Nazi and you're listening to Cut Daisies and Unicorns, this would just be one you want to skip.
Well, chances are, with our other conversations, neo-Nazis would not be a big fan of us.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Right.
And so we'll definitely give it the opportunities that are at hand. So, yeah, just kick back and enjoy. Hey, we got our first official email to our Cut Daisies and Unicorns at gmail.com account.
We did. Finally, somebody listened.
Well, I got a message on Messenger, and it's like, hey, what's the best way for me to get a hold of you so that I can be able to, ask some questions that I'd relate? And I'm like, well, just send it to cutdaisiesandunicorns at gmail.com. And so our listener followed the instruction and the advice and sent us an email. So, Phil, what do you got there from the email?
Right. So, Athena writes, "Hi, Steve and Phil. My question is, what are you guys doing for Christmas and Thanksgiving? And what are you guys looking forward to besides eating too much turkey and ham? Thanks again, Athena." So, Athena, appreciate you reaching out and asking us questions, because that means it's more of an engagement than it is you just sitting back. But thanks for reaching out to us. Steve, what are your plans for Thanksgiving? Since we'll look at that one first, what are your plans for Thanksgiving?
Well, Amy and I are entering into a season of change in our lives. My son Micah is expecting. I should actually say, my son Micah's partner Bree is expecting. Micah is the father of the expectant child.
All right.
And so anyway, they have purchased a home in Norwalk, and I've got a house on 42nd Street in Des Moines to be able to sell. So the next 6 weeks are going to be one of those tidy up, get the house ready for market, working with the realtor on that and all the advice and stuff that goes on. And so what am I looking forward to? I'm looking forward to that house being done and on the market.
Right.
But if any of you know someone who would enjoy a house in the central part of Des Moines, I've got a house for sale. Can make you a good deal. I probably could take off the realtor fees. Like, I'd subtract the
now it's not even on the market.
It's not on the market yet. No, but lovely little bungalow, 3-bedroom, with a farmhouse feel, and great neighbors. I mean, I can testify to the neighbors there are great. The puppies get along with puppies that get along with puppies, and so Gypsy was not that dog. But all the other dogs in the neighborhood get along with each other.
Right.
So if you have a dog that's looking for new neighbors that get along with them, that could be an opportunity too. And so, yeah, and then, it's been a lot of family in the last few weeks. Adam and Michaela's reception brought family into Des Moines, so I got to spend time with family I hadn't seen for quite a while, and then went out to a funeral for an uncle who passed, and got to spend time with the cousins and the aunts and uncle, in family, and that was a delightful, really super delightful time. And then we're going to be getting together for Thanksgiving. So, I mean, like, there's that going on. Tiff and Earl are getting married. And so I'll be performing that wedding ceremony.
When's that?
The rehearsal is Friday, and the wedding is on Saturday. Actually, we're both doing weddings on the same week.
We are.
Yeah, how crazy is that?
Right.
And then we'll... I'm actually tomorrow, my whole day tomorrow is packing up tools from the studio to be able to take out to Iowa so I can drop off my tool supply there so that I can be able to do the projects as they come up and stuff like that. So I think there's going to be an extra set of hands or two out there, and I might be like, hey, why don't you come help me with this project, at least for a couple hours, and we'll get a couple things cracked out. But yeah, so
Sounds exciting.
That's what it looks like. We got a great trip to South Dakota planned for our nephew's, not confirmation, first communion.
First communion.
Yeah, first communion. So we're looking forward to being able to spend time with our family in South Dakota, and which is really a very, just such a great family to hang out with, and in that. So that's what we're looking forward to. I think I have on my horizon that Matrix is dropping, the new Matrix movie, coming up through the holiday season.
Yeah, that's true.
And with Keanu having done such a great job with John Wick, and him agreeing to get back into Neo's skin, I'm going to watch it. And I'll come back and say, fourth is a charm, because 2 and 3 I won't even give it time of day.
No.
It was poorly done.
Done with that. No.
Yeah, but maybe the brothers, after a few years, maybe they reviewed all of the stuff with their storylines, and maybe they come back with something that's really good.
Aren't they sisters now?
Oh, hey, you know what? To be politically correct, I wasn't aware. So.
Yeah, I was thinking after Matrix 1, there was some change that occurred between them. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I may be mistaken, but I think that's the case. But yeah. Yeah, so that'll be and I think that one hits HBO, doesn't it?
I believe so.
It's an HBO release. So theaters and HBO Max or whatever it is. And so that I think it could be good, because at least from the direction that I see from some of the trailers is that they're kind of going back to a little bit of the feel of one, which was the best and is, I would say the only the only one that you should go back to again and rewatch is Matrix 1.
Yeah.
So.
I picked up some more DVDs at Goodwill.
Yeah.
Got to see Top Gun the other day. That was delightful. A delightful rewatch.
Yeah.
They're still waiting to drop the new Top Gun.
Right.
And you are correct, because Larry, formerly known as Larry, is Lana, and Lily, formerly known as Andy. And so, yeah, there was the sisters are both trans women, and so. Yeah.
There you go. So there was a little bit of a change that occurred there in their households. So when you're thinking about, I think is the question going back to that, like, what are we looking forward to? I mean, Steve talked about travel and then getting that house on the market, and chances are, with the housing market where it's at, that once you get it up, or even prior to, you're going to find somebody who's going to take it off the market pretty soon. Even if you can't find someone within your connections early, it'll not be on a market long.
Well, hopefully.
Yeah.
We just don't want the house to sit empty through the winter.
Right.
I mean, it's just easier to be able to do that. And so our hope is to, to get everything tidied up and freshened up, and And I was just in the house, 2 weekends ago, and that house has got good bones, man. I mean, it's a nice little, and crazily enough, 42nd Street's a pretty busy street in Des Moines, right up the street from the school and stuff like that. But man, you can hit the interstate super, super quickly, and you're literally 3.5 blocks from the interstate. So if you want to go east or west, you can do that real quick. And you'd think, oh man, it's a busy street, and I hear, but you get in the house, you don't hear the street, and you also can move towards, go into the backyard, and you don't even know you're on 42nd. It's just lovely.
Yeah.
Big trees. We had a bunch of trees that we took down for the sake of safety and stuff like that. And but there's trees, lots of shade, nice little fire pit out back that has been seasoned by the current tenants. And yeah.
So you're saying that the fire pit is going to stay?
Well,
is it built in?
It's built. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
there you
built.
go.
Yeah, it's built in.
So
And there's native Iowa sandstone rock that I dug down and put in around that fire pit. And and so I used to have kind of a hanging fire pit and stuff like that, but Micah changed it and then put in some brick around it to keep it, but it's on rocks and stuff like that. And it's
very
yeah,
nice.
it's a fire feature versus a water feature. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think as we mentioned on the show on Sunday, I'm going to be in Florida for Thanksgiving, so
Yep.
I'm looking forward to a little bit of a different climate for the season of Thanksgiving. So it'll be a little bit. We go in there for doing a wedding on the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. So Foxy and McFly are tying the knot and getting it done. And so that'll be a good thing to be able to celebrate there, along with the gratitude of all the things that that we can be grateful for, family and friends, and the many opportunities that we're given every day. So that's things that I'm looking forward to, things that I'm grateful for. Not even counting Christmas. Christmas to me still seems like a mile off. So
Yeah.
we'll get there. We'll
Yeah.
get there.
Eventually.
Right. So we'll answer that question also later on. But so for now, there's some of the things that we're looking forward to as far part of the season. And yeah, food's gonna always be a part of it, but it's the thing that ties the community together. Like you're like, hey, we're gonna gather around food too.
Yeah.
But yeah.
From our past life at Gloria Day, last year was my first year in, 11 years that I wasn't necessarily, all of life in December was all based around Christmas and all the activities. And I think at one time I had a calendar that had 64 different activities that took place in the first 24 days at Gloria Day. But long story short, this will be the second year, and I'm kind of like having a conversation with the unseen deity in my life of, little rebirth happening at Christmas time. I can have tendencies to go towards the scowling skeptic, and just with all the fluff and stuff, and everything commercial. Yeah, HR fluff and stuff. That's not really how that song goes, but but yeah, just to I don't know. I'd like to grow in that season instead of putting down my shoulder and just kind of just being angry about it and stuff like that, and
I've
just
had
be
those
like,
moments of the season too.
yeah, and just be able to be like, how can I take in what's going on? We're traveling Thanksgiving, and after the first of the year this year for a holiday, so we'll be in Chicagoland, and I think we're gonna flip flop that every other year. Pretty sure that's how we'll see how it works out.
How it plays.
But then next year we'll probably plan our trips to see family in the December-ish area, and just go back and forth like that. And so, but yeah, 2022.
That's right.
Holy cow.
Already, it's creeping.
I got my new calendar.
Yeah. Did you?
Oh, yeah.
So you got it already.
So I've actually put something down in it already.
Wow.
Yeah. And so Gypsy's going to get her rabies shots and stuff like that.
So we'll be planning a live cut daisies and unicorns sometime in 2022 early. So
yeah.
So if you don't have anything on your 2022 calendar, you can say, hey, I know that there's going to be a live cut daisies I need to put on there. So we'll make sure to get that date to you as soon as we have thought through the process. But so it'll be coming.
I'm guessing somewhere between the 10th and the 15th of January is about where it's going to land.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So,
but Athena, thanks for reaching out. Hey, everybody else, if you're gonna think about trying to contact us, have more questions that you'd like us to, ponder and think about and even discuss, send us that email, cutdaisiesandunicorns@gmail.com, and you will reach us.
Yeah, and as we're working towards those shows, feel free to, toss us a little note or letter of how new beginnings went in 2021, maybe an item of reflection that you're thinking, hey, you know what, that's all right. Mm-hmm. And then turn that thing around and what are you looking forward to in 2022 as far as discovery and what the year could bring. So we'd love to hear from you.
Right. We certainly would.
Well, I know that when you get to Sunday and you get to see Adam on the Zoom Connect and we talk about the Denver airport, you're going to be drawn in, and you should just pull up your computer and start doing Google searches on Denver airport conspiracies and whether it's debunked or not debunked with the things that are going on. And I think the other thing is you might just want to take a look at cryptocurrencies as well. Adam kind of gave us a sneak peek into one of his favorite investments.
Right. Yeah, that is. I mean, and it's big right now. So look into it if you haven't already. So
yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's definitely bought into that. It's not too late to get on that train.
No.
Yeah.
It's never too late.
Yeah. All right. You got anything else?
No, I think we've sufficiently covered a question. We've sufficiently prepared people for Sunday's conversation.
All right.
And so we'll bid them a good rest of your weekend and plan to check it out on Sunday.
Well, then what we'll do is bid them a proper ka-chew.
Ka-chew.
Adieu.
Adieu, ka-chew.
All right. Hey, thanks for listening, everybody. If we don't see you soon, we'll be talking at you sooner than later.
Right. For sure. Take care.